All right, so let's get going. Hopefully I'm not screaming at anybody. Let me add this one person come in. There we go. All right. Welcome everybody. My name is Sandy. Let's start our yoga session. We're going to do 2-minute meditation followed by some breathing activities and into a nice stretch. You're going to sit up in easy seated. You can have your feet crossed. You can have them out. Make sure your back is up straight. You don't want an arch. You want to pull that belly in right here. Pull those shoulders back. Palms up or down. And go ahead and close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that. And then let's just notice the sounds around us. Not too many sounds, a little buzzing, a few things outside the room. And just know that there's people in here exercising. And at home, just know that you probably have people in your house too. Accept the noises, accept the people, and try to clear that mind, knowing that you might have a busy day ahead of you. See if you can just clear it for this hour, maybe thinking about your breathing. This is the music starting. Think about what you want out of this yoga practice, whether you want to just focus more on what you're doing or notice your breathing or just maybe make it through. Think about that for a few seconds. And start noticing your breathing. If you're breathing in and out of your nose, yogis like to use the nose for the breath. So in and out of your nose if you can. Notice if your chest is moving on your inhales. We're going to work up to belly breathing shortly here. Just nice and gentle breathing in and out. Let's deepen that breath now. Let's take a full inhale through the nose. See if the air comes down to the belly. And a full exhale through the nose. A full inhale. And a full exhale. A full inhale. And a full exhale. One more full inhale. And a full exhale. Bring your hands down by your side. This is just another tool. I've been using it all week. Another tool to remind you maybe throughout the day if you feel stressed, anxiety, depression, or you just need a little breather, you can use this tool. You're going to take an inhale and bring those arms up overhead, tap the palms together. Exhale, bring them down by your side. Again, inhale, bring them up. Exhale, bring them down by your side. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale, bring them down by your side. This time we're going to hold it up. Inhale, bring them up. Bring those palms together. Hold them there. Exhale, bend those elbows. Hands come behind the head. Inhale, straighten those elbows. Exhale, bring the hands down by your side. Again, inhale, bring them up overhead. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale, bring them down. One more. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale, bring them down. Keep them down. Bring yourself back to your normal breathing in and out through the nose for a couple breaths. And slowly bring that right ear down toward the right shoulder. Take that right hand, lay it on top of the head, stretching that left side of the neck. Take that right hand underneath your chin, lift that chin up toward the ceiling. And slowly lower that chin down toward your chest. And lift that head back up to center. Slowly bring that left ear down toward the left shoulder, keeping your shoulders down. Left hand comes up to set it on the head. No pushing or pulling, just set it there. Left hand comes underneath the chin. Lift that chin up toward the ceiling. Now take that chin down toward the chest. And slowly lift that head back up to center. Allow your head to fall back as your chin comes up toward the ceiling. Feeling that stretch in the jawline, front of the neck, maybe even through the front of the shoulders. And now take that chin down toward the chest, holding it there. And slowly lift it back up to center. Let's work on range of motion. Turn your head to the right, look over that right shoulder. Bring it back to center. Turn your head to the left, looking over that left shoulder. Bring it back to center. Inhale, shrug those shoulders up. Exhale, push them down. Inhale, shrug them up. Exhale, push them down. Inhale, shrug them up. Exhale, push them down. One more. Inhale, shrug them up. Exhale, push them down. We're going to work this a little bit more. We're going to shrug them up and then roll them back, and shrug them up and roll them forward. Inhale, shrug them up. Exhale, roll them back. Inhale, shrug them up. Exhale, roll them forward. Inhale, shrug them up. Roll them back. Inhale, shrug them up. Roll them forward. One more time. Inhale, shrug them up. Roll them back. Inhale, shrug them up. Roll them forward. Inhale, bring your arms up halfway to the side. Exhale, take that right hand across your body. Left hand reaches for that right wrist. Pull it closer to your chest. Inhale, bring it out. Exhale, take that left hand across your body. Right hand reaches for it. Pulls it closer to your chest. And bring it out. Keeping it out. Bend at the elbows. Hands are facing forward. Let's just pull those elbows in. Pull them in. And then pull them back out. Try to get those shoulder blades closer together as you pull them out. Pull them in. Pull them out. Pull them in. Pull them out. Adding on this one, pull them in, keep them in. Push up those elbows toward the ceiling. Bring them down to chest level and pull them out. One more, pull them in. Bring them up. Bring them down and pull them out. And bring your hands back down by your sides. And we've been doing this all week, so we're going to do it again. Maybe I'll even get better at it. You can stay in easy seated, or you can try like the log pose, where your feet and knees are on top of each other. We won't stay here too long because to me it's not all that comfortable, but it is worthwhile trying. You can feel a different stretch in this pose. And again, if that doesn't work, easy seated works just as well. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, take the right hand down the mat. Left arm over left ear, bend to the right. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, left hand down. Right arm over right ear, bend to the left. Inhale, both arms back up. Exhale, take the right hand behind you. Left hand to the right knee. Twist to the right, look over that right shoulder. Inhale, bring it back forward. Left hand behind you, right hand to left knee. Exhale, twist to the left, looking over that left shoulder. And bring it back forward. Bring yourself back to easy seated here. Inhaling, arms up, tap the palms. Exhale, bring the hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers, roll the shoulders back, push your arms down, look up, open up that chest. And slowly fold forward. See if you can get those hands away from the lower back, keeping your back straight. And hold it there. And slowly roll back up. Releasing those hands. Bringing those legs out to straddle. And your hands can come right down right in front here. We're just going to walk them out. Walk them out until you feel your stretch. And maybe hold it there for a couple breaths. Maybe walk them out another inch and hold it there. And then walk them back in. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, take your right hand to your left thigh. Left hand over left ear, bend toward that right leg, those right toes. Inhale, bring it back up. We're going to just switch. Left hand to right thigh, right arm over right ear, bend toward those left toes. Inhale, bring it back up. Arms up, and now bring your hands to the ankles. Once you've got your ankles or somewhere on your legs, bend those elbows. Feeling the stretch in that lower part of the back also. Not only the arms and the shoulders, but the lower part of the back. And release, slowly coming up. Bring those arms out to the side. Let's take that left hand to our right foot or right leg somewhere and right arm out behind us. Bring it back up. And right hand to left leg, like left foot, left ankle. Left hand out behind you. And bring it back up. Bring your legs together. I'm going to turn so you guys can see me better. Bend the knees. Hands out by the legs here and slowly lower yourself down to the bottom, to your mat. Nice and slow. Engage in those glutes, those core muscles also. When you're all the way down, straighten out those legs. Bring those arms up overhead and let's take a deep body stretch. Take an inhale, fingertips and toes stretch in opposite directions. Exhale, release, just bring down to the mat. Again, inhale, big stretch. Exhale, release. We're going to change it up this time. We're going to do the stretch. Inhale, big stretch. This time, bring the knees up to your chest. Exhale, knees come up to the chest, arms around the knees, nose toward the knees. You're in a nice tight ball. You can rock side to side, massaging that lower back. And stop in the center. Keep the knees up. Bring the shoulders and head down. Bring those arms out to a T on the ground and roll those knees over to the right. If your knees are rolled over the right, you can look over that left shoulder. Just hold it here. Roll those knees back up to center. And roll them over to the left as you look over your right shoulder. Roll them back up to center. And drop the feet to the ground. Knees are bent. Take that right foot out to the right edge of the mat. co-heel it out and take that left foot out to the left edge of the mat. Your knees are facing the ceiling. Your arms are out in that T. Drop both knees to the right, like a windshield wiper. Your left hip comes up, that's okay. Hold it there. Now switch directions, bring both legs up and let them fall over to the left. And bring them back up. And lift those feet up off the ground, cross your ankles, bring your hands underneath your knees and roll up. You're gonna come up to hands and knees, taking your time and watching your form as you come up to hands and knees. So your hands are gonna be directly below your shoulders. Knees are about 6 inches apart. We're gonna take those left toes and we're just gonna slide them out. Once they're slid out, you're gonna wanna make sure you engage that core. Nice tight core here, nice flat back. You're gonna lift up that left foot off the ground here. If this is all you can do, that's fine. If you wanna go further, right arm by right ear and hold it. This is our spinal balance. If you wanna go a little further, you're gonna take that right elbow and left knee together underneath you, and then take it out, underneath you, crunch it in, and take it out, crunch it in, and take it out. One more time, crunch it in, and take it out and hold it out. Keep the foot up, breathe that right hand down to the ground, bend that left knee, toe pointing toward the ceiling, make sure that core is engaged. Pulse the foot up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. A couple more, up and down, and one more, up and down. And bring that knee back down. Take a look at your form again. Let's all take an inhale and an exhale. And when you're ready, slide those right toes out behind you. Engage that core, nice flat back. Lift up that right leg. A modification for this would be lifting up the right leg, but keeping the left hand on the ground. So if you'd like to take the full expression, you can bring that left arm up. The modification again would leave it hand down. Now we're going to do our crunches. Knee and elbow in underneath and take it out. Bring it in and take it out. Bring it in and take it out. One more. Bring it in, take it out. Keep the leg up, drop that left hand down. Bend that right knee, toe points toward the ceiling, pulse up and down, 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 up and down. One more, up and down, and bring that knee down. Go ahead and curl those toes under. Let's lift up our glutes for downward facing dog. Once you're there, start pedaling out those feet by bending one knee and then the other. Feeling the stretch in the back of the calves here, maybe getting those heels closer and closer to the ground. Let's all come up on our toes. Bring those heels down to the ground. Come up on our toes. Bring those heels down toward the ground. One more, come up on our toes. Sink those heels down toward the ground and hold it there. Now let's walk our feet up towards our hands. Hands are still on the mat in front of us. Back is nice and flexible here, knees are bent. Take an inhale and slowly roll up. Arms come up, body comes up, hands come above your head and in front of your heart. Moving into our sun A's, getting our heart rate up. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the ground. You can bend those knees to get those hands down. Perfectly fine. Take an inhale, lift up halfway, hands to the shins, look out. Stretching that spine. Exhale, bend the knees, hands behind the legs, pull yourself onto your lap. Inhale, circle those arms all the way back up. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. Sun A with side bends. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, bend back. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the ground. Take an inhale, hands onto the shins, come up halfway, look out. Exhale, bend the knees, hands behind the legs, pull yourself onto your lap. Inhale, circle those arms all the way back up overhead. Exhale, hands coming in front of the heart. Add on again, side bend, circle, and lunge. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend back. Inhale, center. Exhale, circle to the right. So take your arms and circle them forward, down toward the ground. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, circle to the left. Bring those arms down toward the ground. Inhale, bring them back up. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the ground. Inhale, hands to the shins, look out. Exhale, bend the knees, hands behind your legs, pull yourself under your lap. Inhale, drop your hands to the mat, walk your feet back to plank. So we can be in plank or we can be modified with the knees down. And we are going to take a chaturanga. You can do a chaturanga on your knees, or you don't even have to do it, your choice. So if you're with me on chaturanga, let's take it all the way down to the ground. Take an inhale, just lift your chest and head up for cobra. Exhale, curl your toes under, bring yourself up to downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Take an inhale, lift that right leg up high behind you. Exhale, swing it through, plant it between your hands, and you're bringing yourself to lunge. Right knee is bent, press through that left heel. Take your right hand inside of that right foot, and let's walk our hands to the left. So you're going to be facing the long edge of the mat, and your hands are right in the center. Your knees are straight, feet are facing forward. Bend those knees and hold it there. Take your right hand to the right ankle, left hand to left ankle, and maybe straighten those knees and pull yourself down, looking between your legs. Bring your hands back down to the mat right in front of you. Now we're going to walk our hands to the left. So you're going to be walking toward the bottom of your mat. Bring yourself to left foot lunge. So bend that left knee, right foot's out behind you. Press through that right heel. Now bring that left hand inside that left foot and walk back to the right here, back to center. Hands are right down and your toes are pointing forward. Go ahead and bend those knees again. Maybe come down to your forearms. Maybe not. Maybe just stay on your hands. But bending the knees may help you do this. And if you're on your forearms and your knees are bent, maybe straighten them. See if you can do that. If not, keep them bent. Come back up to your hands. Let's walk them toward the front to the right. Bring yourself back to lunge with your right leg in front. Take that right foot, lift it up and bring it back toward the left foot. You're back in that plank. Walk your hands back towards your feet. And let yourself hang. Take an inhale, roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Arms come up overhead. Hands come together and in front of your heart. Walk to the top of your mat. Top of your mat's up here. However, I want to face the camera too, so my top of my mat is here. Sun bees. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, sit in that invisible chair. Move that seat back, bend those knees. So if this is too much, you want to modify, don't bend them as much. It's your practice. Do what works for you. You want more, bend them more. Make sure you can see those toes though. Wiggle those toes, look down. If not, move that seat back. Take an inhale, open up to the right. Right arm comes to the right and back, and look at that right hand. Holding it there. Exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, left arm opens up. Inhale, bring it forward. And all the way up, stretch up. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the ground. Inhale, halfway up, hands to the shins, look out. Exhale, knees stay straight but soft, hands behind the legs, pull yourself down, look in between your legs. Inhale, circle those arms all the way back up. Exhale, hands in front of heart center. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, sit in that chair. This time, bring those hands right in front of your heart, elbows wide. Take an inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Left elbow comes outside of right thigh, or modification is just twist to the right. Go ahead and open up your arms. Bring them back together and bring it back forward. You're still in that invisible chair. Take an inhale. Twist to the left. Bringing that right elbow outside that left thigh or just twisting. Go ahead and open up those arms. Bring them back together and bring it back forward. Inhaling, coming all the way up. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the ground. Inhale, come up halfway, hands to the shins, look out. Exhale, knees straight but soft, hands behind the legs, pull yourself down, look between your legs. Inhale, drop your hands to the ground, walk your feet to the bottom of the mat, bring yourself back to that plank. Or on your knees for modified. We're gonna take another chaturanga so we can bring it all the way down. Take an inhale, lift up that chest for cobra. Exhale, curl those toes under. Bring yourself up to downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Let's just drop to our knees and push back to child's pose. This is our resting pose. Keep your arms way out in front of you right now and your head between your arms. Now bring those arms behind your back. Clasping those hands together. Maybe bring your forehead down, not forearm, forehead down to the ground. Clasping those hands together and maybe lifting them off the lower part of your back. They don't have to go as far as mine do. They can go here or they can even go further than mine. Whatever feels good to you. Remember, your practice. Release those hands, bring them down, and push yourself up so you're on all fours. Looking at your form again, hands beneath the shoulders, feet or knees about 6 inches apart. Let's run through some cat-cows. Take Take an inhale, sink that belly and look up. Exhale, round and look down. Inhale, sink and look up. Exhale, round and look down. Inhale, sink and look up. Exhale, round and look down. And one more. Inhale, sink and look up. Exhale, round and look down. Come back to neutral spine. Curl those toes under and bring yourself back up to downward facing dog. Pressing those heels down closer and closer to the ground every time you get a chance. Take an inhale, lift that right leg up high behind you. Exhale, swing it through, plant it between your hands. Right knee is bent. Take that left foot and pivot it out 90 degrees here. We're gonna come up to warrior two. Slowly lift your body up, right arms in front, left arms behind you. Your body is open to the side of the mat. You're looking over your front fingertips. So you're gonna wanna do the other foot. Right arm, there we go, there we go. We're gonna do both ways, but I don't wanna confuse you going forward. Look over those front fingertips, bending that right knee. So if this is too much, take a little bend out. Not enough, bend more. Still want more, lift up that right heel. Left hand comes around the lower part of your back. Right arm by right ear, bend to the left. Bring it back to our warrior two. Right hand in front, left hand out behind you. Take the bend out of the right knee. Right arm comes down that right leg, left arm up for triangle. Pulling that left shoulder back. Slowly come back up. Left hand comes down, left thigh, right arm back by right ear, bending back to the left. Bring it back to our warrior two. We're gonna go into half moon. So this might be hard for a beginner here. And we're gonna go, so half moon, you can take your left hand to your hip, or you can stay in warrior two too. That's a modification for it. You can take your right hand in front of those right toes. And when you're ready, you're gonna lift up that left leg. And left arm comes with it. And I'm gonna give you a block. That might help. So hang on here. I think we still have them in this room. Ooh. You can bring the block underneath your right hand in front here. And just, bring it right here. You can just bring your hand. You don't have to lift up the leg. Do what works for you. This is not an easy move, so. Holding it there or holding it in warrior two and breathing. Take that left hand down forward. Pivot your body forward. So now you're in standing split. Drop that left foot down way back behind you. That right foot comes back out to greet it and bring yourself down to your belly. Forearms are on the ground here, and your back is arched a bit. If it's arched too much, push those arms out in front of you, taking some of the arch out. Not enough, pull it back. And just breathe. This is Sphinx pose. You want to go a little bit further, a little bit more of an arch. Know your body. Press those palms into the ground and straighten out those elbows. I don't suggest it if you haven't done it before. You could stay right here, or maybe not. Straighten out those elbows all the way. And come back down to those forearms. And we're just going to push back to our child's pose. Bring it all the way back. Me, I'm going to come back up on my mat because I'm a little bit further down. Curl those toes under, lift up to down dog. Hips are up, heels are down. Take an inhale, lift that right leg up high behind you. Exhale, swing it through, plant it between the hands. You're back in that lunge. Left hand stays down, right arm comes up to the right side. Look up at that right hand if you can. Right hand comes back down. I'm going to do two different things here. I'm going to do the modified position first, and then I'm going to do the full out position. So modified, we're going to take our left knee to the ground, hands in front of our heart, and we're going to twist to the right, taking that left elbow outside that right thigh. Full version's the same thing, except for that knee is off the ground. Hands in front, twist to the right. This makes it a little tougher. Bring it back forward. You can tap your hands to the ground. We're going to come back to Warrior Two. So that right knee is bent, left foot's out 90 degrees. Bring that left arm up behind you, right arm out in front. I'm going to try another big balance here. Right hand to right hip. Left hand comes forward, right in front of those right toes. Now you can stay here, or if you're comfortable, you can lift up that left leg. For revolved half moon, I got to move back though. And if you're really comfortable and you have your balance, you can lift up that right arm. Awesome. Awesome. Bring that right hand back down to the mat. Drop that left foot back behind you. Bring yourself back to that Warrior Two. This waterfall down. Right hand comes down. Left hand comes down. Pivot your left foot so it's forward. Bring that right foot back and you're back in that plank. Slowly bring it down for Chaturanga. Take an inhale, lift up that chest for Cobra. Again, doesn't have to go high. I know I'm going pretty high. Exhale, curl the toes under, bring yourself up to downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Take an inhale, lift that left leg up high behind you. Exhale, swing it through, plant it between the hands. We're going back to Warrior Two with the left foot. So the left knee is bent. Pivot out that right foot 90 degrees. Bring it up to Warrior Two. Left hand in front, right hand behind. Open up that chest to the side. Take that right hand behind your back. Left arm by left ear, bend to the right. Bring it back to our Warrior Two. Straighten out that left knee. Left arm down the left leg and right arm up for triangle. Slowly come up. Right hand goes down, right thigh, left arm by left ear. Your legs are straight, but knees are soft. Bring it back to our Warrior Two. Let me move back. We're going to do our half moon again. So you can take your right hand to your right hip. Left hand comes in front of the left toes. You can stay right here. Or if you're comfortable, you can lift up that right leg. Finding your balance. Block under that left hand is great too. And then if you like, you can lift up that right arm. Take that right hand down to the mat in front of you, right by your left. Pivot your body forward so you're facing forward. And now you're in standing split. Drop that right foot down behind you. Take that left foot back out. And we're just going to come to our knees and push back to child's pose. Not getting too comfortable. Couple breaths. And then you're going to slide your chest forward. Bring yourself to cobra. Again, you don't have to come up far. It could be right here for a cobra. Depends on what feels good to you. Bring it back to child's pose. Slide it forward, bringing yourself to cobra. Really working those arms out. Bring it back to child's pose. One more, slide it forward, bring it to cobra. Let's bring it back to child's pose, curling those toes under and bring yourself up to downward facing dog. Pressing those heels down. Take an inhale, lift that left leg high behind you. Exhale, swing it through, plant it between the hands. Again, you're in lunge, pressing through that right heel. Right hand stays down, left arm opens up to the left side. Look up at that left hand. Left hand comes down. I'm going to do the modified version first, because I know this is a difficult. Take that right knee to the ground. Come up, bring those hands in front of your heart. Twist to the left. You can bring that right elbow outside that left thigh, pressing into it. Full version, lift that knee off the ground. Hands in front, twist to the left. Bring both hands down to the mat. You're gonna drop that right foot, pivoting out 90. Bring yourself back to that warrior two. Left hand in front, right hand behind. And again, I'm way too far on my mat here. We're gonna go to revolved half moon. Left hand comes to your hip. Right hand comes, pivots forward in front of those left toes, dropping it to the mat. You can stay right here. This is a great stretch too. If you want to, you can try to lift up that right leg. And if that's comfortable and you got your balance, you can lift up that left arm. Holding it there. Excellent. Excellent. Bring that left hand back down to the mat. Drop that right foot behind you. Bring yourself back up to that warrior two. Let's waterfall down. Left hand comes down, right hand comes down. Pivot your right foot forward. Bring your left foot back, and we're back in that plank. Let's just hold this plank. You can always be on your knees too for plank. Remember that. Still a great, great strengthener. You need to come down to your forearms and hold it there. Make sure that core is nice and tight. Bring it back to your hands. And lift up those hips. Bring your self back to down dog. Take an inhale, lift up that right leg high behind you. Exhale, swing that right leg through. You're going to parallel that leg at the top of the mat. And your left leg comes out behind you for pigeon. Great modification is pull this left knee in. It's a lot easier, right? There you go. Excellent. Excellent. Couple breaths. And bring it down. Really sinking into this. And slowly come up to your hands. You're gonna bring both feet forward in front of you. Got a little, it's not an easy trick and it's not a fast trick, but a trick. Then you're gonna bring your knees in, cross over at the ankles, and come back up onto hands and knees. Then curl those toes under, bring yourself back up to downward facing dog. Once again, kind of a long way around, but flows a little better. Sorry, that's my necklace killing it. Take an inhale, lift that left leg up high behind you. Exhale, swing it through, bringing it to pigeon. Laying that left leg parallel on the mat. Right leg out behind you again. Modification, pull that right knee in so it's bent. You want the full expression, it's out like a pigeon. Couple inhales and exhales up. And then fold it over. Sinking into it. And slowly come up. Again, swing those legs forward. I'm going to face the camera so you guys can see. Swinging those legs forward. And just stretch for those toes. Holding it down, head between the arms. Release the toes. Bring your hands up this right leg, bending that right knee towards your chest. Cross that right foot over that left thigh. So modification here. Right hand comes behind you. That's not the modification. But you're going to take your left arm and hug this right knee and twist to the right. Full expression. Left arm up, bend at the elbow and bring it outside this right thigh and twist to the right. Flex that left foot. Bring it back forward. Both hands go to this right ankle, lift that leg up. Bend that right leg and bring that foot back out to greet the left. Bringing that left knee into your chest. Take that left foot across that right thigh, sitting up straight. Left hand comes behind you on the left side. Modified, right arm hugs this left knee, looking over the left shoulder, full expression. Right arm up, bend at the elbow, bring it outside. Twist into the left, flexing those right toes. Coming back forward, reaching for that left ankle, lifting it up. And bringing that left foot back down to greet the right. Bend the knees, feet are on the ground. And slowly roll it down, one vertebrae at a time. Engaging those core muscles still. Once you're down, bring the shoulders and head down and bring those knees up to your chest again. Rocking side to side. You're free to do whatever pose your body might want. I've been into happy baby, so I'm going to do my happy baby, which will be grabbing either my ankles, calves, or bottom of my feet, and pressing those knees toward my armpits. You can sit just like this. I like to rock. So once I'm in happy baby, I rock side to side. But again, choose whatever pose your body might want right now. And stop in the center. Bring those knees into your chest. Give them a big hug. Take an inhale. And an exhale. Another one. An inhale. And an exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Let's take that right leg and stretch it out. Bring it to the right-hand corner of the mat, laying it there. Take that left leg, stretch it out, and lay it to the left-hand corner of the mat. Lift up your right arm, straighten it out, palm facing up, lay it next to your body. Lift up your left arm, straighten it out, palm facing up, lay it next to your body. Gently shake your head no, relieve any tension in the neck. Stopping in the center, allowing those shoulders to come down onto the mat and relax. Relax in that back. Maybe you can get some of those points that don't like to hit the mat down to the mat. Opening up those hips, allowing your knees just to fall open, and that will allow your feet to fall open. And take rest. Start wiggling those fingers and toes. Rotate those wrists and ankles. Change directions. Let's make a tight fist with our hands. Nice tight fist. Then spread those fingers out. Nice tight fist. Spread those fingers out. Nice tight fist. Spread those fingers out. Bring our arms up overhead. Bring those legs together. Let's do another full body stretch. Take an inhale, stretching. Exhale, bring those knees up to the chest. Hug those knees. Keeping the head and shoulders down though. When you're ready, you can allow yourself to follow it or whatever side's comfortable for you in fetal position. Holding it there for a couple breaths. If that's not comfortable, you can roll up. An easy seated, but you can take a few breaths wherever you're at. No rush. Ready, take your top hand, place it down on the ground, and push yourself up to an easy seated position. You can bring your hands down by your side. Take an inhale, arms come up overhead, tap the palms together. Exhale, bring them behind your back. Interlace those fingers. Roll the shoulders back. Press the hands down, look up, open up your heart. Inhale, release those hands, bring them up overhead, bring the palms together. Exhale, bring them down in front of your heart. Namaste. Thank you. And people on Zoom, if you didn't hear me to begin with, we have one more week of classes, both Zoom and in person. And then it goes to outside and or in this room in person. I am doing 2 outside and 1 inside. The 2 outside are Monday night, Friday morning. The inside is Saturday morning. This class will be here. So again, maybe the sign-up's not out there yet, but know that if it's inside here, there's a limit of 15 people. So if you want to sign up for it, keep an eye out there. I was anticipating everybody would have gotten an email by now, kind of explaining what's going on, but I guess not. Look for it this week, because we only have one more week of this classes. But there are a lot of classes that are coming onto the schedule. So take a look at that too. That's awesome. They were expanding too. And we are going outside for my yoga classes. And I believe for Natalie and myself are doing the same thing. She's doing 1 in, 1 out. But for our outside, it would be in the amphitheater. Now, if you say, hey, it's going to be 40 and snowing, that might change. Then we would probably shoot an email out to everybody on what we're doing, whether it's canceled, hopefully not, or coming in is what we hope to do. But keep an eye out for that. I know the schedule's out there because I actually went out there and looked at it. And if you're a member, feel free to sign up, I believe. If you're not a member and you're just a member for the classes, that's a different story. I think they're going to have summer memberships, and I think they're going to have a drop-in fee too. So if you're not a member of the summit right now, you might have to look to see exactly how they're going to handle the classes in the summer. Again, you'll be able to drop in and or do a summer membership. That's all I have. So thank you guys, and we'll see you next week.